Item buckets are useful because they let you create groups of item records over time. You can add items to the bucket little by little over as long of a time span as you like. You can add item records of any type to them, so they're great for analyzing motley collections. And item buckets are shareable. Give the item bucket number to somebody else and they can pull it right up. To get to item buckets, go to the cataloging menu at the top of the screen, and then select the fifth entry from the top, Item Buckets. To open an item bucket, click the drop-down box here, and then pick one of the entries from the list. To create a new item bucket, go to the same drop-down that we were just at, and then select the first option, New Bucket. A pop-up window will appear. Enter a name for your new bucket, and optionally a description. If you want to share your bucket with other users, make sure that you click the checkbox next to where it says Shareable. Finally, click the button that says Create Bucket. To delete a bucket, click the same drop-down as before, and then select the bucket that you want to delete. For our demonstration, I think we'll use this one. Next, go back to the drop-down, and then click on Delete Bucket. A pop-up window will appear asking you to confirm the action, and if you are sure, click the button that says Delete Bucket. Now, just to be clear, deleting an item bucket will not delete any of the item records contained therein, nor will it delete any associated mark records. In terms of getting things into your item bucket, there are a few different ways to go about it. The first way is to go to an item bucket and then click on the Pending Items tab. Click in the area next to Scan Item, and then scan or type in the barcodes of the items that you wish to add. Next, click the checkboxes at the start of every row. Then click the Actions drop-down box, and finally select Add to Bucket. Keep an eye on the number of items in the bucket, and we can see that it changes from 0 to 3. It also is possible to add contents to an item bucket from the Item Status screen. You can either scan the item barcodes one by one into the area here, or you can upload a list of barcodes by clicking Choose File. The list will need to be either in TXT format or CSV format, that is, comma-separated value. Check the boxes at the start of every row, then click the Actions drop-down box and select the first option, Add to Item Bucket. Whether you use the Pending Items tab or Item Status, a pop-up window like this will appear. To add things to an existing bucket, click the drop-down and then select a bucket name from the list. Finally, click the button that says Add to Selected Bucket. You also can create a brand new bucket. Just click in the relevant area and type a name for the new bucket. Finally, click the button that says Add to New Bucket. The final way to add things to an item bucket is by opening a catalog record and then going to the Holdings View tab. To add a barcode like this one to an item bucket, click the checkbox at the beginning of the row, then click on the icon located here, and under the heading of Add, click on Add Items to Bucket. Then go to the drop-down, choose a bucket, and click on the button that says Add to Selected Bucket. As we mentioned earlier, it is possible to share buckets with other Evergreen users. In order to do this, you will need to know the bucket number, a unique identifying number given to every bucket, and in this case to every item bucket throughout Spark. To open a shared bucket, go to the Buckets drop-down, and then pick the option that says Shared Bucket. A pop-up will appear, and just type or paste in the shared bucket number, then click the button that says Load Bucket. Remember that for any of this to work, the bucket in question has to be marked as shareable. And once you have stuff in a bucket, to actually do things to the contents, first click the checkbox in front of every relevant row, and then click the Actions drop-down box. There are a lot of options here, and we won't take the time right now to do demonstrations of everything, but in brief, you can apply item tags, you can place holds, you can edit call numbers or edit item attributes, you can move barcodes to a different call number, and you can delete item records.